Blackstone presents Abolition, Feminism Now by Angela Y. Davis, Gina Dent, Erica R. Miners, and Beth E. Ritchie. This book is read by Gina Dent. Preface. In 2001, a cluster of people attached to two emerging organizations connected to burgeoning movements gathered in a stuffy room over a weekend to hash out more than a statement. A key instigator for the small convening, primarily of women of color, was a pressing question: how to continue to knit together campaigns and analyses focused both on building a world without prisons and policing and building a world free of gender and sexual violence. Insight, Women of Color Against Violence, was a growing network challenging the mainstream white stream anti-violence movement's reliance on policing and punishment, and Critical Resistance had recently coalesced into an organization of abolitionists campaigning for the end of policing in prisons. While both were new and developing networks with many overlapping people and shared analyses, these two groups recognized the value of articulating a collective vision and the importance of writing and circulating a statement on the difficult intersection of their shared work. They understood that crafting a joint statement that balanced an attention to both interpersonal and state violence represented not only an engagement with the thorniest subjects for both organizations, but also an opportunity for public engagement in the production of shared analytics, campaign demands, and radical vision. Members of the two newly formed groups spent an intense weekend at Mills College in Oakland, California, hammering out the Insight Critical Resistance Statement on Gender Violence and the Prison Industrial Complex, which clearly named the vision and the challenge. The statement reads in part, "It is critical that we develop responses to gender violence that do not depend on a sexist, racist, classist, and homophobic criminal justice system. It is also important that we develop strategies that challenge the criminal justice system and that also provide safety for survivors of sexual and domestic violence." Outlining how radical freedom, mutual accountability, and passionate reciprocity can build toward the survival and care of all peoples, this 11-point statement identified at its core precisely why abolition must be feminist and why feminism must be abolitionist. Like most collaborative political work, the Insight Critical Resistance Statement arrived in 2001, long past its due date, and initially landed quietly. Originally published both as a poster and a manifesto, the statement circulated in feminist and abolitionist movement spaces.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?